Welcome to the big picture. Episode number 43.
Where we help you see
Think.
and act big.
And Dave, welcome. We are in a brand new location. We are here at Brains
On Beans.
on Beans Coffee and Library. It's a newly humot pagbago coffee shop.
Yes, and the owners are actually at the back here.
Yay.
Thank you so much for having us here.
Yes, and then as you can see, we love this place because
Yes, like our live last week, we have books, right? And here, there are hundreds of books here. So
I actually feel smarter just being around the books. All right, so now it's time for me to read. All right, but today, Dave, we have a very special guest, primarily because she is a vision board expert. She has conducted workshops on how to create vision boards, how to create a vision of the future. And so we think that she is perfect for tonight, for this episode also, because we're about to end the year.
yes, and we've actually mentioned a couple of times vision board, dream boards, right? On our shows with like Christine and all of the other shows and our tips for helping people succeed in life. So we now have an expert with us, right?
All right.
So
So let's welcome Golda, the beautiful, the amazing, the electrifying Golda Banaag. Hi, Golda.
Hello, Dave, Joseph. Good evening.
Hi. How are you?
Fine. Thank you for inviting me for this episode and to be able to share about the vision board, dream boards, and how to be successful in doing the upcoming 2019.
yes, and you actually had this dream board run for how many times already?
Here in Cebu, around four workshops already.
Oh, awesome.
Yes. And then I want to share more about it here in Cebu.
Correct.
Yes.
So
There
you're
are
in,
more coming, right?
Yes.
you're in a perfect spot because a lot of the people who will listen to the big picture, who tunes in, sends us a message. These are people who are highly motivated. These are people who are hungry and who wants to make sure that their 2019 is actually better than their 2018.
Yes.
All right. So if you're ready, but before we move to that particular technicalities, right? We would like to get to know you more, and so that our audience can get to know you more also. Like, how did you what can you tell us a little bit about your story, and then how did you end up studying vision boards and actually end up teaching this practice also?
Okay. I started doing vision board, dream board, 2014. I was still working in Singapore. I've been working in Singapore for 8 years, from 2008 to 2016. And then around 2014, I was reading this book about Among Sold His Ferrari. And that was my first book about self-development.
What's his
And
name? Sharma. Robin Sharma.
Robin Sharma. Yes, that book really made me see a different level in which I need to have some change in my life also.
Okay, can you pause a little bit, because a lot of our viewers probably haven't read the book or haven't heard of the book. Can you give us like a brief synopsis of what it's all about, and like maybe a couple of lessons that you've learned there?
Regarding the book is tells about a lawyer who went to finding himself and went to become a monk. And then after 2 years, everything changed, and nobody can even recognize him physically, because whatever you feel inside is like it manifests your outward, the physical and everything. And suddenly, it's not more about the success, the work that you have, it's not about the material things that you have. Because it doesn't give you happiness, peace, and everything. And then suddenly going to that reflection, being a monk, then he realized that there's more to life, and he needs to go back to the world again and to share about it, about his journey, and that's what's important in life. There's more to it. There's more to the success about life.
Okay.
Awesome. Please continue.
Let's continue with the story.
Okay.
Now we know the book now. We don't have to read. No, just kidding.
Okay. I started my journey 2014. With that book, it made me realize that, there's more to life. There's more to work. There's more to why I'm here in Singapore alone. And then suddenly, I need change in my life. I want some change. And then I started with my physical. Physical. Actually, I was so fat because yeah, I was not taking care of myself. When I got married, getting pregnant and everything, then go to Singapore, I had this like I don't love myself. And then suddenly, I think me being alone in Singapore, I think I need change. This in overall change, and that made me realize that's why I started reading books and everything. And then my friend introduced me to some books and everything, and then I come to law of attraction, in which it says about vision board, how it can help you change in everything. It's a tool. Being alone there, you can only help yourself, 'di ba? It's like nobody can tell you, okay, what's your goal? What do you need to do? You have to explore it on your own, having this journey on what you want. So I started doing vision board, and my friend, or I came to know about it more with my friend who's also having this self development. Then that time around December 2014, around I started doing it, man. December 2014, yes. And then I made a vision board of what I want to do, what I want to become. I want to lose weight. I want to change my whole thing, my whole life, from finances to everything, physical, spiritual, and everything. Being alone, I have to do something. I want change. And then after that, then I see that there's really a change. It helped me because I'm alone there. I have a roommate, yes. I have a family I live with, mga Filipino. But then, they cannot tell you, oy, what's your goal?
Yeah.
What
It's
can I
not
help
like
you?
it's
No,
like a
right?
normal. It's not a normal conversation, right?
Yes. So,
Yeah.
I have to help myself. So, okay, this will be my guide. This vision board will be my guide to remind me every day what I need to do with my life. What changes that I need to do to help myself, because nobody else will. So I made one vision board where this yoga girl having this, having drink a lots of water and everything. And I had that picture, but then because of my phone broke down, So wala na ko, no, I don't have that file na.
So it's a digital copy, or do you have like a physical?
I have physical, but when I came
Ah,
back
you
here,
left it there.
yes, nawala
Okay.
na. And then, that time, I was focused on my physical and spiritual. And physically, after 6 months, I see changes. Because every day when I wake up, that vision board is just at the foot of my bed.
Yeah.
And then every time I wake up, it reminds me, yeah, you have to do something. Drink water, eat food, that healthy food, eat vegetables, because I have these images of vegetables, water, and having this yoga. So I'm really having a 360 degrees of lifestyle change. So morning, and then before I go to bed, I still look at it. It's still in the bed. So this is my powerful tool who can tell me every day that you need change. So then we realize, yeah, this really is a powerful tool, and you have to help yourself. Because even though I realize, maski naa kay family, they don't know you. They don't know what you want to have in your life. They don't know what you want to change in your life.
Right.
So for me, how to help yourself? This vision board will help you. Not every day also, maski naa ka with my husband or with my kids. They won't tell you every day, oh, did you work on it?
No one's gonna push you.
Yes, nobody.
Right, I have a question about that. Like, is it also a way to like tell your loved one what you actually want? Like it's also like it's a visual thing for
Or
you.
is it a
right?
just a personal thing?
Does it work that way?
No, actually, it's a personal thing for me in Singapore because I was alone.
Yeah.
But when I came back, I started telling them to share it with them, and we're doing it now as a family.
Right.
So-
I mean, like, I really like that because I like to zoom in a little bit on what you said. We'll continue with your story, ladies and gentlemen, but I will interrupt this program. Anyway, so my point is because I studied this month, I I studied what's this, the Life book. I don't know if you've heard of the
Not
Life book
yet.
by John Butcher, Under Mind Valley.
Ah.
Yeah. So there's a guy by the name of John Butcher. He's on his 50s, but he actually looks like he's on his 30s. There's like, so basically he has a life book, and then it's I don't know, I didn't attend the class, right, but I kind of get understand the gist. So what I did is I did a life book for myself, and then um, created a copy of that PDF. Oh, sorry, Google Drive. I don't know if you know what Google Drive presentation is. So I created like for your physical, for your spiritual, for your emotional, right? I created like a copy of what I want. Sorry, I filled that up, and then created a copy for my wife, Joyce, and then I told Joyce like fill this up, and she said like I won't fill it up because she's not into it, right? I mean, she's like the thing about, let me give you a secret about marriage. Like sometimes you have different ways of communicating. Not sometimes, most of the time, and so figuring that out is kind of a like a lifelong quest. But anyway, point is, I told her like you have to fill this up because I don't really know what type of life you want for yourself, right? And when she started filling it up, we went to a coffee shop. She was like filling it up. I was like working on my own thing, right? And then she said like, "Oh, I'm done." And it's like really fast, but then we started talking about like what she wants to look like physically, how she wants to feel, what type of emotional maturity she wants to achieve, what type of spiritual awakening she wants to be in, and like financially, what the day to day. And it's more of it's a good communication tool also for both of us. So that I will know, because it's easy to assume that you already know your spouse, and you already know what their ambition is, and it's sometimes you're just assuming that you have the same ambition, when in reality they might want to travel, and you might be a homebody, and you might be thinking like, yeah, I'm gonna build a house, but they don't want to build a house, they want to travel. Right? So it's a good way to communicate. That's why I was asking that.
And I think it's a good way to communicate with yourself.
And self,
Yeah,
most
because
especially. I
most
think that's
especially.
90%.
Sometimes,
like self,
sometimes
and
we
then
think
10%
I've
others.
noticed this because I've also I just made my vision board, like I revised it. So last weekend, the other weekend, but basically, you realize that like you figure out what actually you realize something more about yourself, what you
Yes.
really want, and it changes all the, like
All
for
the
my
time.
previous vision board, it's because some of them I've achieved already. So now, like I've like have the like different one
I'm
as
not
well.
gonna enter. You're not. I was gonna ask you what are the things that. Anyway, just
Oh
kidding.
yeah, there were physical stuff there,
Awesome. Yeah.
like the laptop, the guitar, and all of that stuff.
Oh,
So
cool.
I kind of like achieve. I was so into the physical,
Yeah.
materialistic
Now,
stuff.
now you're
Now I'm more
a
as
deeper person.
the body.
The body.
Physically my body. But yeah, so moving on to your story, because it's really interesting that she's actually one of our like epitome of people who want to be like who we serve basically in the big picture, because
Yeah.
she's an OFW.
Yeah.
Right, perfect, right? So
Perfect.
and
Yes.
maybe some way or somehow the vision board did it help you like move from Singapore to going back here?
Yes. Because after that one, I realized, yeah, as same as you, from that time to time, my goals change. When I achieve this one, I achieve my physical, I want to go home.
Okay.
I every now and then we have this goal that, yeah, I change my mind. I think this is more important. Then I put something, another picture of it that I want. And it happened. 2016, I really like convinced my husband that, yeah, I want to go home. I want to go home. And then
So what picture was that you want to go? A picture
family.
of family. Oh, okay,
Family.
that's nice.
Family
Wow. That's very
together.
powerful.
Yes. And then like with the word that
You have-
home.
Okay.
Yes. So words and picture is a very powerful in a vision board that you have to choose also, because you have to be specific as well
Wow.
in your vision board. And yeah, it helped me.
Okay.
And it's a reminder.
yeah, since we're at it already. So how do you create a vision board?
Okay.
Like
I have
there's a
prepared
sample, ah.
something.
We have a sample.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, resistance.
No. Okay. He asked me to.
Yes, of course. We have
Yeah.
to bring it.
Okay.
Was this the first one?
No, this is my
Yeah. Just hold
for,
it. I'll hold the count.
14, 15, 16,
16th, fifth.
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 This is my fifth one.
Can you
The
show it
fifth
to
iteration of your
the
vision board.
camera?
I'll show it to the camera.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Check it out. Check that out. Okay. Do you want to share some of what
Okay,
you
what
see
I
here?
can share is like, yeah, I put a picture of me because I want to laugh more.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
From now on, I want to laugh more. I want to see that person again, like
Awesome.
laugh
Yeah, I like
and
that.
really like happy. And then I want to have more time with kids, fun with
Yeah,
kids.
you have
as
a
I
very
promised.
handsome husband. Actually, they're supporting.
Yeah. And then this one is a challenge from my mentor in Manila also, my Forex
Yeah.
mentor, in which we are doing is together. That's why I have this to remind me that I have to achieve it together with them as a group.
Okay.
And then become a mom, a happy, smiling mom. And then this I'm turning 40 soon, so I want to achieve being healthy, elegant, patient, high net worth. Yes, you see, and beauty and balance. Yeah, and then these words, powerful words,
You got
like
this.
You got this.
every time I don't feel okay or like there's some state in life that makes you down. These words can remind me. I'll just look at it. Yeah, you got this, and make it happen and keep going. These
Power
are
words.
power words,
So
affirmations,
these
or
words like
whatever.
trigger something powerful inside of you.
Yes.
Awesome.
And start now, heads up, something like that. So you have to put like affirmations, words to remind you every day.
Power words,
Okay. Yeah. So everything that you want to be reminded every day, put it there.
Could it be like affirmations? as well,
Yes.
right?
That's why this one are
Yeah.
affirmations.
So you say it every morning or
Yes, every morning,
Very
together with the
powerful.
kids, with the family.
Oh, that's
Yes, we
nice.
do. We do affirmations also. Good thing, I got the results already, in which that my family is joining me with the
Okay.
vision board, the affirmations, and being grateful.
Yes.
And I'm happy that they're
So,
keeping
so the
up
kids,
with me.
they have their own. They have their
Yes,
own.
yes,
They've
they
created
have.
already?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
How old are they, by the way?
10 and 13
So they
years
can
old.
understand the whole concept of it already?
Now, yeah.
So you put this like what in your bedroom?
Yes,
And-
bedroom.
okay.
In which, like, near the TV, every time I wake up, I just can, like,
Like,
Ah.
Alright.
when I sit down after
Awesome.
you wake up, then, just eyesight. You're, like, really visible. And then, that's why you should place it. Placement is important.
Yes.
Because it should remind you every day. Nga, no matter what, we always forget.
Yeah.
That's true.
Every time, whatever state we have, we always forget our goals. But then, if it's visible, just like what I did in Singapore at the foot of my bed, so every morning and every evening, I can look at it, just visualize it, and it's a powerful thing. And the universe will help you.
Wow.
Awesome.
And
Alright.
God will help you.
Yes, for
Okay.
our listeners who are actually listening to this audio, you can check the image or
Yeah, we'll take a photo of
take a
this
photo of it,
beautiful.
and also you can watch the
vision
video
board.
on YouTube and Facebook. So we're there. So please, guys, subscribe and go to there. Anyhow, so we have more from
Yes.
the vision board samples.
Yes, okay. The steps. Okay. No, we start also that I want to share with you why vision board is important compared to writing it.
Writing it. Yeah.
Yes. Because in
Because
writing
some
it,
also do writing, right?
yes,
Yeah.
most of the time people just write, diba?
Yeah.
I think people really do that
Everybody.
every December,
so
every
that's
January,
like the resolution.
right? Like
Call
a
it resolution.
resolution. But then you realize it's not that working because you always forget.
Yeah,
And
we actually tackled this in one of our episodes. that
Yes.
we forget sometimes about
Yeah.
our resolution.
That's the reason why vision board is more important.
I see.
Because you can really remind you every day.
Sure.
If you put it in the right placement also.
Yeah.
And then
Right.
second thing is like, 'di ba? Writing goals, your left brain is working because left brain is the
Like the thinking
facts.
brain,
Facts.
yeah? Right.
The right brain,
It's creative, right?
creative, and what you want in a
Feelings.
vision board is to let your right brain and left brain work together.
Yeah.
And even though you're sleeping, your subconscious mind is working.
Awesome.
Right.
right? So that's the reason why it's so effective. For me, it's so effective that I really want to share it. It really helped me, and it's proven. Oprah is using it. Yeah, all the famous people like doing it for success, right? So I want to share it. I want to share how it helps you.
Yeah.
No matter what, you really go through it.
Actually, I'm actually a follower of this, and I've done this like basically 5 years ago, 3 years ago.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, and and I could really attest. Like, there was this funny thing because I was thinking I placed in a monitor, and like the placement, like where it was placed on the picture, was like a marble or something with the same color. And when I realized and I checked it later on, it was actually the same thing that I had. Like,
Nice.
wow, even the table. was like-
Correct.
So yeah, not because it was the brand of the monitor, then
Right.
it came to to
Yeah.
reality.
The other thing that I think why this is important is because, if you ask a regular person, no, just go out in the streets, then ask a person about what they don't like in life. They can tell you right away, like, hey, this is what I don't want. This is what I don't like. What are the things that's not working? But then if you ask them what they like in life, they, they like, and this is not like it's just because they don't like they or me, for example, or us, like we're not used to this. We're not like we're always we're always geared to the negative stuff because we want to protect ourselves, right? So what they usually say, oh, this is not working. And the thing is, someone said this. He said that what you focus on expands.
Yes.
Bo Sanchez.
I forgot.
Yeah, what do you focus on?
Maybe it's T. Harv Eker. I don't know.
basically.
What you focus on expands, and so like if you think about all the things that are not working in your life, you think about all the things that you can complain about. I mean, it would be like
Yeah.
it will multiply in your life.
Actually, right now, for a moment, think about like the the times where you were focusing on a loan or a debt or utang.
Right.
You actually the utang will go bigger.
Yes.
It will go bigger.
I don't know if you can think about that
is
in
true.
your life.
That is
but
true. And vision
a good
board is
experiment.
basically training your mind
Shifting that.
and
Shifting from
and
that.
shifting your mind into focusing on the things that you actually want in your life.
Yeah.
Right? And training your mind to, because every time you see something, it's like wherever your eyes are on, that's the destination that your body will go.
Yeah.
Right? So basically, when you train your mind through the vision board, you're training also, you're basically gearing your body towards the direction.
Awesome.
Yes.
So this is very important, folks. And the thing is, in the Philippines, there are very few people who does that. There are
Yes.
more people who would say, like, these are the things I don't like about the government. There are things I don't
maybe
like.
let's tackle with that. Why do people don't do that? Is it they don't really know about it, or
Yeah,
is there
that's a good
something
question.
else? And I'm actually curious. Have you posted or added a picture that you thought, this is never gonna happen? Was that a scenario? That you had? Like, it was too good to be
It's too big.
too big. Like, yeah. Have you posted a picture like that?
Actually, it's up to you.
Yes.
What you believe in, that will happen.
Yep.
So that's why every time I do workshop also,
Right.
it's a reminder, don't limit yourself. Because we have, I don't know if it's a culture or what, but most of the time, we always limit ourselves.
Yeah.
That to the point, no, that's too big. But for me, part of
Don't
doing
fly
the
too close to the sun.
vision board is like focusing on that it can happen. No matter how big it is, whatever, don't mind what they say. But as long as you believe in yourself and you believe that you can achieve that, you can. Because it's all about in the mind. There's a power in the mind also. How you talk to yourself.
Right.
Mm-mm.
How do you so full disclosure, I don't have a vision board like these two people. I do write down my goals, but then recently I found I've been convinced that the best way to really set your future is to have a photo, a picture of what it
Yes.
looks like, right? Because it's stronger and more compelling.
And do you know the reason behind it?
No.
Do you know the reason behind it? Like, why a picture is better than like words? Do you have an
Yeah.
idea?
The
Well,
it's
I could answer this.
it's okay. Okay,
All right,
your
so I
own.
would like to answer
So
that. Yeah.
basically, there's this study that our brain can't tell what is real and what is not, especially if what you imagine it.
Just
Yeah.
So,
like
like
left.
for example, right now, I want you to imagine a green mango, and with you
Right.
put it in, there's salt in it, and just imagine it's in
Yeah.
front of you, and actually your mouth's gonna salivate.
That's true. Yeah.
Right? So that's what a vision board is actually. The image will make you feel as if you have them.
Yeah.
And that's how the law of attractions, they say that if you imagine it right now, and if you're like riding your, I don't know, BMW, or you have the million peso in the bank, if you have it in your vision board, you actually feel it.
Right.
And once you have that emotion, those are very powerful.
Correct.
And it will guide you all throughout your day. And I think, yeah, so it will lead from that big dream, it will be like desynthesized into a very small actionable stuff, and it will just follow through like
Yeah.
the compass, right? So,
Okay, so I'd like to also talk about the first question that you asked. Like, why are so many people, like persons like Filipinos, don't really have vision boards or didn't even set goals, right? And I think as a lot of, well, like one is generally it's like training. We lack training to really do that, but
no one's telling us to do that.
no one's telling us. But
It's
the
not
other
in the-
thing
in
is,
that's in school.
yeah,
Yeah,
but the
it's
other
not
thing
in
is there's
school.
also a word called ambitiosa, ambitioso. And
Belittling other people.
yeah, I mean, if
That's a
people
common
will
way.
want to achieve more, they would call you ambitiosa, ambitioso. But do you know that the word ambitiosa and ambitioso is actually a positive word? And it's just a negative word in our lingo,
Connotation, yeah.
in our connotation that, oh, if I'm too ambitious, if I fly too close to the sun, I might fall. And then, but the word ambitiosa is actually a Spanish word, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's a Spanish word. It's a Spanish word that our Spanish conquistadors, the colonizers, are telling people not to be ambitiosa. So it becomes a negative word, so we don't rise above our colonizer. And that has been passed on from generation to generation. So if someone calls you ambitioso or ambitiosa because you have a vision
That's
board,
a good sign.
it's a good sign. You're doing it right.
Doing it right, yeah.
Also, these topics, actually, we're putting it in a book. So later on, you might want to get that book, and once it's
Yeah, I
published,
mean-
so yeah.
Yeah, that
We're
book.
gonna talk about that.
We're talking about things that are breaking the Filipino mindset from
Yes.
going beyond what we're supposed to do. Where
Correct.
we are that book. We're putting everything there that we think like we're gonna go past all the mental limitation that we have. But anyway, let's go back to vision boarding.
We have a lot
Okay.
of papers
Let's-
here.
let's
Can you
go
show-
yes,
for the process.
because
So
I
this is the
already
process, right?
prepared. Okay.
Okay.
The steps in creating a vision board.
All right.
Okay.
You want me to hold it or no?
No, it's okay.
It's okay.
Okay. First, we visualize.
Okay.
Visualize means you meditate. Okay. You meditate and look into your heart what you really want. I adopted a be do have principle. Focus on what you become first. Because for me, be do have is like become that person first, then do whatever you need to do to become that person, then you'll have whatever you want. It will just come. So visualize. If you want to start a vision board, start from there. Start to listen to your heart. Start like what do I want to become?
Right.
Focus on there. Look for your values. Maybe 3 values. What you can, to be responsible, to be healthy. Yeah, look for it. And you'll know. But as long as you know your values, you are aligned with your values, you are aligned with what's in your mind, it's congruent, it's like really aligned, everything will fall into place. Just do the meditation, maybe 10 minutes, and look. Check. And imagine yourself, maybe 1 year from now, 5 years from now. What do you look like? What kind of body you want? What kind of weight? What kind of hair? What are you wearing? What are you wearing? What do you look like? What kind of clothes? Whose friends are you spending with? Who are you? Yeah, what kind of environment, right? You have to vision it. You have to like conceptualize what kind of world that you are making the goal.
Right.
and always look from your heart. What do you want? And then from there, you'll know what to do. Then, I have a template. A template where it will guide you. There's physical, financial, spiritual, personal, travel. Yeah, most of us have wants to travel. There's career, there's things to have. Okay.
Right.
You can fill up that template where it will guide you on maybe just this will be a guide on what you need to tackle on because this will cover everything.
Basically, like the one that you had with
The
Joyce,
life-
right?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
different
the
dimensions.
different
Yeah.
dimensions.
Yeah,
So this
yeah.
is
I put the I am in the middle because you have to vision out also who you want to become. I will put there the affirmations like responsible, healthy,
Right.
sexy, or whatever. Yeah, for me, it's like high net worth or be graceful, like that. So focus on yourself first and then tackle the physical side, the financial side. So let's go one by one. Physical, yeah, you want to lose weight.
Right.
For me, focus first on 1 year. What can you accomplish in 1 year? What do you want to achieve in 1 year? Focus on that first. Short term first, if you're starting on it. So that you'll see that you have some accomplishments. And little by little, you'll tackle on the
so
5 year
this
long
is like a
term.
guiding
Yes.
principle, right? So you that's why I think this is comes handy because some of like I've asked earlier, is it too? This is too much. There's too
Yes.
but this becomes a bit more realistic because you're thinking about it 1 year.
Yes.
And yeah, so that's okay.
It's a good thing also if you like you're not we're not taking in too much than you can chew. Right? So
Yes.
just chunking this.
And then
your
also
goals
it's
also.
like what's reality also.
Yeah, it's
Reality
realistic,
check.
yeah.
It's really like attainable in within the year. This will be your guide. For personal, yes, I want to have maybe shorter hair. Me, I got a shorter hair.
But not
or something like
there's
that.
no hard and fast rule also, right? Like if
Yes,
you can
no.
also say like this is like a vision board for like the next 15 years for me.
Yes, you
Yes.
can.
Yeah.
But for me, when people who are starting, look first on the shorter one. So
Right.
that you will
Okay,
not
that
so
makes sense.
overwhelm. Because sometimes we look at the bigger, longer term and the bigger picture.
Right.
Then suddenly you don't look at what's the current.
Yeah.
You're so overwhelmed and you get disappointed because it takes so long.
Right.
So for me, if you're starting, look at for 1 year first.
You're
And
you're
see.
looking for like a if
Short
kind
term.
of you're trying to gain momentum, right?
Yes.
Because you want to get like small results, small wins.
Then
that
you'll see.
Then you'll see.
Yeah,
you
and
can
that
trust yourself to be able to build the bigger ones.
Yes, and it will
Awesome.
motivate you how powerful it is.
Yeah.
Okay,
That makes sense.
There will be times you will be focusing on 2 year plan in which along the way it will disappoint you every now and then. But then how about if you're starting out to motivate yourself, to inspire yourself, I suggest that you start the short term, 1 year. Go for it first. And focus on what inspires you, what makes you tick, what makes you happy. Focus on it. And then financial, how much do you want to save next year for the whole year? Set an amount. Be specific also. Whatever you do, don't be so general that I want to be rich or something. Be like, I want to save 100,000 for 1 year.
Okay.
Something like that. At least you can see, yes, I've done that.
All right.
Something like that. Then spiritual, yes, I want to learn more. For me, my spiritual side is more I want to rely on the Bible to understand it and to know how to use it. And I achieved it already this year. And I'm so happy that I know how to use it already. And then travel, set the travel at least once a year travel. It's up to you of what you can set. Yeah, this will be the things. And most of us wants to have things what to have. Sometimes, that's why it's included in this template.
This is
My first one was all things to have.
It's
A
okay.
couple of years ago,
and so this if you haven't seen we will share the template.
Yes,
right?
yes. Yes, we'll be
Or
sharing
you can join
everything.
the workshop in the future workship of
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
yes.
Definitely do that.
If you join that and you've heard it from here, let Golda know.
Okay. After visualization, template, and everything, you create your vision board. Okay.
That's the time you create your
Yes.
vision board. All right.
What do you need?
Time to get dirty.
Yes.
All right.
A cork board or a poster board, illustration board where you can paste all the images. You buy in the national. There's what you like. What kind of size you like. Me, I like that bigger one so that it can really remind me. And then scissors, glue, magazines. I like magazines because it's more on creativity. It triggers your creativity like yeah, this is good, and then it's also a fun way doing with the family or with friends. You'll be surprised even you're adults. Yeah, you're having fun. It's just like old school, like you like checking all the images. Well, this is nice, this is nice, I can put this and everything. You get overwhelmed really when you get there, and then suddenly you realize, oh, I it sparks creativity. It sparks your imagination also. Yeah, I want to travel more. And then suddenly, oh, it should be added in the template. Yeah, something like that. But then it's fun doing it.
Yeah.
And do it with your friends, with your family. That's a good way also to have an activity with your kids. Try to have some culture. Like I'm setting a culture that I want to do it every year. It's a planning
Is it
session
usually
for
like
us.
end of the year or for you or beginning of the year?
We did it November.
About
No,
the end of the
October,
year.
October, around October.
Okay.
Okay, sometimes December, so a lot
December,
of
you're gonna be
activities
too
na.
busy to
Yes.
do something.
But then it's up to
But-
you how you set it.
yeah.
But as long as it's not January, because I want it like really fresh and really reflect of what you need to do. Because sometimes December you still have a lot what you want to do. So for me, I start around October, November. I do that.
Okay.
And then, okay, the procedure. Usually, just like this, I look for pictures, backgrounds first to make it more like artsy. I'm not an artistic personal.
This is a
Yes.
personal
Sure.
style. Okay.
For me, I'd rather have because the colors will really like trigger your imagination, also the brain and everything. So colors affect also your psychology.
Yes.
It triggers. There's an effect on it.
So no black and white, guys.
Yes. Colors will really like red.
as real as possible.
Yes, colors will really help. So look for background, that colorful background. Then you can cut out images that represent your goals. Then cut out words of affirmations. As a reminder, affirmations, phrases that would help. And don't limit yourself. The important thing is don't limit yourself. This is too big for me. No, there's no. Aim high,
you
dream big.
you don't really know what's too big.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you'll be shocked. Like some people place it like that, or personally, I've like written. Here's a funny. I'm gonna share a bit about myself. So, I had this password like for a certain app online. And I use it like every other day or something. So I have
Okay,
like
so tell me your PayPal password now.
like I set up like an income that I want for December 2019, and I set it last year. And believe it or not, I reached it.
Wow.
So,
Yeah,
it
that's
was
a
the
good thing.
biggest income of me, like something like that.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
I
I
dreamt
like that.
of like the biggest income I'll earn in a month. So I place it every day. I whenever I log in, it reminds me of that. And so don't guess it. Maybe you'll. But basically, yes, it works. It works. Like it might not be a vision board. Something like you think about it and
Every
be
day.
reminded every time.
The recollection it gives you like a strong recollection, right?
And the funny thing was I wasn't able I can't reach it with my just the ordinary, like I did the progression, but there's like a bonus that came in that out of
Yeah.
nowhere basically.
Wow.
Like it reached it. So amazing, right? It doesn't have to be like just trust it.
Yeah.
And,
Sometimes you try to calculate like
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna get an increase by this, right? I mean, but
mean,
you don't really know what will
we
happen.
don't really know. Someone might just give it to you, like just believe in it. That's the how funny the universe works now, because it will transpire to like if you really want it and if you really like subconsciously ask for it all the time. I really believe that it will be given. So or
Correct.
one way or another. So
I agree with that.
yeah. So
I really agree.
so I've been I'm actually a product of this because I've been
Yeah.
I've been hitting the exactly like the model, the kind. I've been hitting that. So like for my laptop, my first Apple, I like had on my desktop. The background was a laptop, a
Right.
MacBook Pro, and like my guitar as well. I had this image of a guitar on my desktop. So because I use the phone or the computer all the time, so I use it as a background sometimes. So yeah, I think you can try that. If you're too lazy to take action now, I think my action tip for you is to change your background in your phone because everyone's on our phone. Change it. Maybe not your face because you'll be in love so much with your face. Or I mean, yeah, you can place your girlfriend or boyfriend in there. But if you want it to the next level, maybe add like what's your number one goal, number one dream. Maybe you can take a picture out of the internet and place it as a background and let's see what happens. And message us if
Yeah.
if anything happens, right?
Yeah.
Give us some like bonus.
Give us 10%.
percent for
Just kidding.
basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead. Go ahead. Go-
So and add on to that, yeah, the third step is display. Display. How do you place your vision board? It
Right.
should be visible. And other than that, when you're out and you're always in the computer, you can save it in your phone. Me, I save it on my phone.
Yeah.
And in my computer also, you can save it every time you go. It's
Yeah.
just being visible and telling your subconscious mind that, I want this.
Right.
Just make a declaration, intention, everything. I want this. And the Lord will help you. The universe will help you. No matter what, it will just attract. It's a law of
Right.
attraction.
Right.
And I believe in that.
Sure.
Okay. And number 4, take action. Take action means you just don't wait for it. You should be doing something also. And then at the same time, the universe will help you how to do it. And God will help you to do it. With prayers and your hard work and everything will really help you out.
Right.
And it will just come.
I have,
You
I have,
just don't
I have a
know it.
question about the last step.
Yeah, me too. Okay, you go ahead.
Now my question is like is like taking action an effect of actually putting up your vision board because like
Yeah.
psychologically you're basically like telling your mind we're going this way, right?
Yes.
And so like a lot of people would emphasize taking action and I love that, but sometimes it's like I think like the more when if your vision board is compelling enough, then your mind will work out the action part.
Yeah, yeah.
It's I don't know. Am I correct?
Yeah, yes.
Because a lot of people like for example like let's say for example books, and I would say I like reading, and people would say that but reading is not enough. People who are not reading actually tell you reading is not enough because you have to take action, right? On what you learn, and which is true. But what I found out is the more I read, the more I kind of like unknowingly position my body into the point where I get to enjoy what I've read, or in this case for the vision board, like unknowingly there's like things that I would do or judgment that I would like make so that it would end up that I'm gonna take action. Like for example, if I see someone, like I remember when I first created my vision board, I no longer do that, but I'll come back to that this year. I placed there a man and within a lot of audience because I want to be a public speaker, right? And I want to do that. And so when I started looking at that, I think that was also the time I joined Toastmasters, right? So it's not like I forced myself to join the Toastmasters, but it's just that the opportunity presented itself and became. I guess it's always been there because a lot of people has invited me, but because of that picture, it made me like, yeah, maybe it's a good step to learn how to speak in public. And I don't know, that's just my reading to that.
I agree on that. And I also realized, no, for how many years, even though you're not feeling it, that you need to do something with it, it's just come.
Yeah.
It will just flow. Without you knowing it, it's just flow. Then suddenly, because you already set an intention, you already set your declaration. This is what I want. No matter what it is, it will just happen.
Yeah.
Without you forcing it, it will really happen.
Yeah, and it goes back to that example that what you focus on grows basically.
Yes.
So sometimes we always worry, and worry is also thinking. It's a process of like feeling the anxiety, the trouble, like as if it's already happening. It's just worrying.
Yes.
And sometimes when you worry too much, actually what you worry becomes the reality.
Yes.
So yeah, I think vision board actually, or just having that meditative state where you think about, instead of thinking what could go wrong, what could go right. So
Yeah. What
so
if
that
good things will happen to me
yeah. So
tomorrow?
yeah,
Yes.
it's
So-
very powerful actually.
Yes.
Like and it shifts your mind,
Yeah.
because sometimes we always think about the negative stuff. We always lean on that, like
Right.
when you're walking in the street, oh, someone,
Someone
might
might-
rob
right.
me,
Yeah.
or someone may mug me, or
Yeah.
someone may, when you're driving, someone may hit me, and I always
Yeah.
think of that, like a crazy driver, taxi driver might hit me. If you always have that in your mind, eventually it will happen. So
Right.
instead of that, you shift your mind, or it's very powerful, and it's what you think, and she started with the inside becomes a reality.
Yes,
So.
correct.
Okay.
So the power of your
All right.
mind.
Okay. So I hope. What is there anything else you'd
Yeah,
like to
that's
share?
all.
All right.
Yeah, I've shared everything. And yeah, just remember to aim high, dream big. Don't limit yourself.
Are there any like workshop coming up for
Have a schedule?
Yeah. Do you have a schedule?
I don't have the schedule yet. I'm still working on it for December planning.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
and then we have like one collaboration with Mark and
Yeah.
Windy again.
Yeah.
Mark is our past guest, so you
Right.
can check it out.
And then we will be confirming it and
Okay.
around January. And I also have like a schedule on January also with the GPC community.
All right.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome.
So if you want to know more about vision board, if you want to have this to facilitate for me to facilitate it, then yeah, drop a message.
Okay.
Yeah.
We normally end this section of the program with like Dave's learning and my learning, and of course we start with Dave's learning.
All right, so very easy. Like I always have this the internal compass, and I think if you have this vision board, it's like a compass. So you have this like an internal compass that you create, because sometimes we're cruising in life. Like there's this ad by Nescafe, no, na kanino ka bumabangon. But do you really know why you're waking up each morning? Sometimes we don't know that. I kind of refer those people, and I was once before a zombie, because you're just like walking through life without really going anywhere. So I think with a vision board, once you open your eyes, you see that. I think it will like course correct where you want your life to be headed. And I always believe that we deserve the best life ever, right? Everyone, the Lord wants you to have a best life. The grateful people and everyone, or the big picture wants you to have a great life, and you deserve it. So create your vision board and truly dream and ask. You can never ask so much. You can always ask for more. So that's it for me.
Awesome. So my learning is kind of my sharing today in this particular subject. I wanna address one reason why you will not do this after listening to this episode, and it's because you might be afraid that the thing that you'll put in your vision board will not happen, and it might disappoint you. Right. And that's one of the reasons why people don't really set their goals. And I think of remove yourself from the pressure of trying to make it happen, but instead put yourself in a position where you're a painter, where you're painting your future instead of making things happen. Once you put yourself in that area that removes the pressure out of your shoulders, and you actually that allows creativity and feeling of positivity to flow in. And one of my mistakes in the past with whether I'm using vision board, I'm writing my goals, is that I've used it as a means of like putting pressure on me to make it happen. And what usually happens in that is that I will end up the year frustrated because of the things that are not happening, and at the same time I end up judging myself, right? But the thing is, with my mindset now is totally different, because my mindset now is like, you know what? I'm actually a creator. I'm just co-creating with God, my future. I'm painting a future of. I'm painting a picture of the future that I want for my life. Okay, so I just like to share that right off the bat, and then the other thing I'd like to share is, like, I think for this episode, we really like the big picture to the big picture community to have a concept called intentional living, wherein you're gonna spend 2019 full of intention of what is possible for you, rather than you don't want to be reactive. You don't want to start January and say like, hey, what I'm supposed to do now, right? You want to start like December, start creating your vision board and say, you know what, this is a really good picture of what I want for the future, right? Okay. Sorry for being preachy, but
As you were talking, are you done by the
no,
way?
I'm done. I'm done. Yeah.
As you were talking, like a thought came into my head, like a perfect example of law, like the vision board thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you agree with this, but or have you heard about this? But Lucy Torres actually had that like when she was younger.
Ah, she
Like,
had a photo of Richard
photo of
Gomez.
Richard Gomez.
That's
And you can never dream.
congrats, Lucy.
That's
You
one
made it happen.
example, a local example actually. So, and
That's
yeah,
a
you might
good-
have your own.
That's a
stories
good
about
point.
it.
There's another one. The lady who married Tom Cruise,
Oh, really?
Katie
Holmes?
Holmes. Yeah.
Yeah, also had that.
She actually have a photo of Tom Cruise
Oh my goodness.
when she was 16 years old.
Maybe I should start placing.
Anyway, that's a good point. Okay, so we will go very quickly in what we call the lightning round for Golda. Golda, these are questions, just 5 quick questions, so that, just to get to know you more and, get recommendations from you. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, so let's start with the first question. Do you have a morning routine? And if you have, can you share it to us?
Yes, my morning routine consists of like when I wake up, I do my prayer time. 5 o'clock, I wake up at 5 o'clock and I do my prayer time in which I have being grateful for everything. Then I do meditation. It consists of 30 minutes of doing that from prayer, meditation, affirmation. Because at 5:30 I need to rush to do something else for my kids. So it consists of prayer with gratefulness and then no, just thinking. It's just being grateful. Not asking anything. It's just being grateful. Then I do the meditation, stretching at the same time. Then meditation and visualization of my goals.
Your day.
Yes.
Of your day. Okay, cool.
Goals. And then yeah. And then visualization of the goals. And then third is like affirmations.
Yeah.
I do affirmations for
At 5:30 in the morning. Wow,
Yes.
5 o'clock. Yeah, awesome.
Actually,
Eh.
go ahead.
Yes.
Miss Ab.
And that's my morning
Alright.
routine. Yeah.
We actually forgot to ask you what your current like career or.
Oh, yeah.
Can
Yeah.
you get it shared to because
very quickly.
just to give them an idea.
Yes. I'm doing bookkeeping and consultancy for startups company and doing trainings also for their accounting staff on how to go about it. And then more on finance. I'm more in
You trade also?
finance.
Right.
Yeah, I do forex trading. I'm learning
Okay.
now.
Awesome.
It's my journey now, the forex trading, and then I do stocks trading also. It's for long-term
All
investment.
right.
Yeah.
So, who or what inspires you?
My family.
Awesome.
My
Like,
family.
Next question. Do you consider yourself successful?
Yes, now I do consider myself successful. There was a time that I told myself like I'm not successful. And then suddenly it's up to us. What's our meaning of success? Because during the time I was thinking my success is having a job and having in the corporate world, having all this and that. Then suddenly after all this like reflection and thing, then seeing my kids, my family now, then I realize I have everything. And it will just follow. Mm-mm.
Awesome.
So then I realize, it's up to us. What's the meaning of success?
Exactly.
And for me, this time, it changed. My meaning of success is I was able to give time to my family and teach them, and then I see results already.
I like
And
that.
that made me that I can say I'm successful now. I don't have all these material things, but then
Not yet.
it's not not all that I get
Yeah.
because it was not part of my goals anymore.
Right.
I was really
so
focusing.
this is more of, you're more clear now what you really want. Right.
Yes.
Awesome. And then,
That's
like
why
that.
it changed. Here, as you can see, there's no more on material things.
Yeah.
I was
Happiness, Yeah,
Yes.
happiness, time with the family.
Time with family.
I like that. I like that.
That's the most important thing that changed me this year.
Okay.
And yeah, and it redefined what success means to me.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Do you have any recommendation, books, shows, podcasts, what have you that you think our viewers, our listeners would benefit from?
For me, the big picture. Yeah, the
Aw,
podcast.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
cry.
because I
Give me a
want to.
tissue.
For now, I really am proud of this group, this company, this community, because it it makes me happy knowing that there are Cebuanos already who's really sharing about this for self-development in other things, the podcast, that it really can help you. Yeah. It's a new thing for Cebuano. I can say that because from time to time, like, nobody understands. Yeah, nobody understands me. Nobody understands what I read, what I watch, what I listen to. So for this one, yes, podcast. I don't usually listen podcasts
Yeah.
because I don't have time to really, like, yes, somebody's calling me, mommy, always. So
Yeah.
I cannot. I'm more on books, reading books.
So maybe you can
Anthony
mention-
Robbins, all of Anthony Robbins. I'm really like, yeah,
Yeah.
focusing in him right now because I want to learn about NLP. And Robin Sharma,
Yes, that book.
T. Harv Eker, The Millionaire Mindset.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I have that book. And what else? Yeah, that's three. That's my
All right.
three things
Authors,
that
yeah.
authors that I can recommend. The books, they whatever books they have, all the books they have.
Yeah,
What else?
actually, I wanna like add. I don't know if we're gonna make this a question in the future
We
lightning
can
round.
always
Yes.
like
We
Yes.
extend the
always
lightning
tweak.
round.
We always love progress, no?
Yes.
So, if you lost everything and you're in a new city,
Oh, I
you
love
you
this
start
question.
all over again. What would be like the first three, I guess, or five things you'll do to start all over again and reach where you are now, or even better than where you are now?
Relationship.
Mm.
Yeah,
Build your
relationship.
relationships.
Actually, more in relationship.
All right.
And myself.
Okay, focus on yourself.
Self.
Right.
Because
So is that self-learning, self-growth, or what?
everything about yourself.
Okay.
Right.
The first, it should be self.
Mm.
Because in a new city, and
environment,
new environment, like for me, when I got back, everything changed. 360.
Right.
Everything. And then I was not expecting that. So, but then I realized after 2 years, you have to start from yourself because you're adjusting at a new environment. And when you're ready, then focus on your family. Then suddenly outwards.
Alright.
Because once you have your friends, career will come, business will come. And then because for me, first is self. You have to believe in yourself no matter what what challenges it is. You know your worth. You know how worthy you are. No matter what, you just come back to believe in yourself. Because no matter what, if you're at your confident level again, and you know what you want, who you are, and what do you want to become in your new environment, then everything will follow.
Do you like
Awesome.
that question?
I like that question. I think
Maybe we can
I think
add
we need to
that.
ask that to like I like to ask that. We need to ask that. frequently.
Yes.
Okay. The next question is like we've I didn't realize this that you're actually like one of like the OFW. You're actually an OFW. You used to be an OFW, and in the big picture we've been our goal is to help more OFW who are they watching the
Yes.
show. They're building their dreams, outside the country, and some of them they love it. Some of them they're with their families there. They're already migrated, and that's really good and well, right? But some of them they actually want to come back because like they don't feel that they don't belong there. But then they probably felt like trapped or stuck. So like, what particular advice can you give them
Okay.
to help them?
Yeah, sometimes we have no choice, right? For me, it was no choice for me going out there. But then I realized we have a choice.
Yes, I like that answer. We always have a choice.
We always have a choice. But because we have limiting beliefs, and we don't believe in ourselves, that's when we always tell ourselves, I don't have a choice. But along the way, as I journey through my new chapter, my face here back again after being an OFW, after all this like adjustment and everything, we have a choice.
Wow, that's powerful.
Very powerful.
We have a choice. And because of our limiting beliefs, that's what made us look for the other way around. But in reality, no, we can.
Awesome.
It's all up to us.
Okay. Last question, and this is the hardest question.
Are we still
Okay.
by the way? Can I more?
Yeah. We have the hardest question. It's where can if you know if you where can people find you and your work, and in the best way to reach you?
Me, I can for now, I'm still looking for a space for my office to start the business and everything. But as of the moment, I'm home base.
Okay.
Home base. You can contact me in FB.
All right.
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah, Instagram or whatever. And then
You're online, and then just search for your name, and then
yes.
Yeah, awesome.
Yes. And then part of my planning also is to really market already the business, the bookkeeping business, and
Yeah.
also the vision board. And I'm working with them. Also with my mastermind group and how to go about it. It's more on
Mastermind.
marketing. Yes. It's self-development thing. So yeah, step by step. It's
Yeah.
2019 plan in which I'm going to set everything to market and to have a place on my office and to the business.
I like that.
All right. So
All right. Thank you so much. Golda, it's if I can if I'm thinking about this episode, and there's so much nuggets.
we can go
like,
on actually.
We can go
with all
on
this
and
stuff.
on, and there's just so much value that you've given to our audience, and I just like to say thank you for spending the time and being here. And Dave, you'd like to?
I thought you had announcements. Maybe
Oh
we
yeah,
can-
yeah. So the announcement is
talk
like.
about some.
All right, so
Announcements.
again, before we go, I have a couple of books here. There's actually like 7 or 8 of them. Let's just talk about this because we're giving this away. How to get the book? Go to
The same mechanics as
Same
last time.
Mechanics.
All
Yeah,
right.
can
good.
you?
All right. So you go to our iTunes or Stitcher or wherever you listen to our show, maybe
Right.
on YouTube or Facebook, if that's where you listen to most of our shows. Please give us a review, a rating or review.
Yeah.
Just be honest with the review.
Yeah.
5 stars would be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, so give us a review. It will help us push us up to the
Yeah.
to the rankings and to help other people as well listen to this. And once you have that, you've done that, take a photo of it, a screenshot or a photo of it, and send it to our Facebook page or email, which is bigpictureph@gmail.com. And we will send you, or we will announce the winners later on once we have enough submission, and we will do a raffle. We can do it live perhaps,
Right,
or
yeah.
if we have enough to raffle, or if there's only like, how many books are you giving?
I'm giving a lot, like maybe
Yeah.
7, something like that. Yeah.
So I'm also giving about 10. So
Yeah.
if you're part of the first 17, I guess, and there's no one gonna
Yeah.
applying or sending it, then you'll get the books.
Yeah, one thing though, these books are gold. These are not. We've carefully selected the books so that it would bring you so much value. And then if you're like the owners of this place, they're actually built a library of books
Yes.
that would like up
Should visit.
up your IQ.
I think you can read it for free,
1,000%, right?
as long as you return it after.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can read the books for free. So, but if you also want to own it, I think I've seen Permission Marketing by Seth Godin up there. I don't think you can buy this anymore, no? Or maybe you can buy it online. But I don't think it's available right away in National Bookstore or any bookstore unless you order or pre-order. And I think it's just like one of the most, I would say, groundbreaking books on marketing, because a lot of people are like shoving things to market for you to buy things. Permission Marketing goes against that current. And then Learning from the Giants is another, powerful book by John C. Maxwell. If you don't know who John C. Maxwell is, there's so much resources on how to be a really good leader. So if you're into that, you want to build leadership inside of yourself, you want to learn from the giants. And so We have Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad.
yes,
We have Think and
We
Grow
have
Rich.
record, we mentioned
we have,
earlier.
We have a lot of
Mine.
things that we're gonna give away. Just give us a review. Here's the other thing that they can also do, Dave. That I'm thinking maybe they can post a video of a review in the Big Picture community.
Yeah, you
like a
can.
video, and then we'd love to do
Yeah,
to
so
listen to
you
that.
know, you're welcome to do that, and of course, we will have a deadline, I guess, so that everyone would
Yeah, we should
before
we should
Christmas.
end
We should
before-
have it like
yeah,
on
should
at
end
least,
before the end of the year.
so we can have a time to like tally all of those, and we can raffle it live, perhaps.
All right.
in one of those.
Anything else you'd like
Wow.
to announce?
No.
No. All right, guys. Thank you so
you.
much.
Yes, we would like to thank our venue, of
And we'd like to
course.
thank our
Thank
venue,
you. Brains on Beans.
Coffee and
Coffee.
Library. All right. So thank you
Visit
so much.
here.
He's here, and
Yeah.
then thank you so much for the time. And just we love your comments. Go to the bigpicture.ph and check out our podcast.
Yes.
Go to facebook.com/thebigpicture and drop us a note. Yeah, and then join the community. There's a community page that, by the way, just a little bit, I'm gonna preempt this, pre-announce this. Dave and I will be putting so much resource and
We're prepping so much for next year.
for next year that our goal is that you will wonder why the Big Picture community page, the group is actually free, because there's so much value in it. Yeah.
Right.
All right. So thank you so much, and then this is episode number 43. So you go to the Big Picture / when it's released.
Yes, that's
Officially.
bigpicture.ph/episode 3.
43.
43, rather.
All right. So with that, has been an amazing time for me. This is Joe.
This is Dave.
This is
and
Golda, and we're
Thank you.
signing off.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.